Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. Today we're doing Christmas again. I've just got a bauble on my jumper, and I thought that we would do, you know, I said I'm going to use all the little scraps and bits and pieces and stuff like that I've got left over. Well, I've always got these ones that I'm doing backgrounds and things to, and I thought, well, we'd have a look at those. This particularly would work quite well Christmassy. I don't know whether I've got anything red, so I'm just going to have a quick look in here to see if I've got anything that I think would work Christmassy. Some of these won't, some of them will. That would work for something else I've just thought of. So I'm just looking at things that might work for Christmas. Red, green, most of these are blues. That's sort of a bit starry, isn't it? That might, maybe. I'm doing greens at the moment, so I could have a red or a green. You can see how I play around with different backgrounds and things, and I show you stuff, and it's quite fun doing all sorts of different backgrounds. These were done with literally tissue paper. So, you know, my mop-up cloths. I'm just having a look to see if I've got one that's really ready to go yet. It won't be too long, but you see on here I have, as I mop things up, I keep hold of the cloth. Here's one that's looking quite good. So there you go. So I mop it up with kitchen roll when I'm doing backgrounds and things, and then I'll use that and create some fun backgrounds. But I want to have ones that are going to be either red or green, and I think most of these are blues, aren't they? That might. Most of these are okay, right? So that's not going to work on there. Those will. So those are just little bits of scrappy pieces that I've got, so they can go back in there. As I'm playing around with backgrounds, I put them in there. And so I thought that I would, let's take, these are literally scraps. So when I have odd bits of scrap, I will have, so that'll make a tag, that'll make a tag. I've got 6 to make, 1, 2, 3. So let's do 3 that way. And then shall we do 3 in green? Let's see if I've got green, or I might just do them all. I think most of them should be in red actually. Let's do maybe 1 in green. It's going to be a bit long, but I can cut that down. Oh, I've got some bits in here that I could use, couldn't I? Those are scrap pieces of paper. I'm not going to use those actually. I'm just going to use all red. 1, 2, 3. Because these are literally just scrap pieces to show that you can use. 1, 2, 3. Is that a bit small for a tag? Not necessarily. 3. Same size as that. So that's 4. 5. Let's take that one. That's a long one. 6. Okay. So there's 6 different, just literal shapes. Excuse the scrabbling about of this. Okay, so what I want to do first of all is to just round the corners. Now, if you haven't got a corner rounder, use, now this is might just, okay, I'm not going to use that. I was going to say use a corner rounder, but if we're going to take this as a tag, this is quite long actually. I might just take a smidging off of this one. I know I'm trying to use the scraps as they are, but this really is not going to work because it's too fat. So I'm just going to take it down to about, could I get 2? I don't think so. Maybe to about there. Okay, so I've just trimmed that down a little bit. And I'm probably going to need my trimmer to be able to do some of the bits and things that I want to do here, but we'll have a look and see. So if I take just any of these ones, and what I wanted to do was to do these ones because I've got red and green, and these were the bits that were left over. So if I take this one, I'm going to just take it more to a tag shape. So I'm just going to take a piece off like this, and then if I take that and move it into that corner like that, and then just cut along it like that, oof, that wasn't very good. That will give me exactly the same, well, it doesn't quite, does it? It's not, there's me trying to do it with the edges to get it exact, but it doesn't matter. I am going to just put a hole in it to start off with. Oh, let's do it with a big one. Okay, so that's given me one tag shape. Let me have a look at this one. This one I want to round the corners. So I've got, I'm going to move the camera out of the, I haven't got, let's have a look and see if I've got one on here that'll give a, okay. My corner rounder is actually behind my camera, so I can't do that. So I'm going to use this one. This has got all sorts of little shapes and things in. So let's just go like that and like that. That gives a nice little shape on there. I might do it on all four actually. No, I won't, because I'm going to do some bits at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to do it like that to start off with, because I'm thinking if I am going to faff about with bits, I might not need to have the pieces in there. So I've got all of these pieces that were over, so I am just going to glue this from there to there. So I'm just going to cut it off first, or I could cut it off. I'm faffing about again, aren't I? Never mind. So I want to make sure it's the right way up. Let's just take some of this like this. Okay, so I'm just going to take that. I'm going to take it higher up actually, because then I can cut it down. I'm just going to take it to there. And then I'm just going to cut that piece off of here. Right, so just need to make sure that I've got some, did I glue the bottom of that? I don't think I did. I think I only glued the top bit of it. Let's put some glue down on here. Make sure that's going to stick nicely. Okay, so we've got that on there. Do I put a bit of green on here? That would work, wouldn't it? So let's just put to about there. I'm just going to put that in next to this piece like that. I'm just going to cut that one down. And I need to cut this up on here. So that's quite nice. I quite like that. Those two pieces. And I've got some of this, haven't I? Oh, this little green one. That's quite nice as well, isn't it? Maybe even this one. I think this one is probably a bit better because it's got little bits of green and all sorts in on here. So all I need to do is, I'm just going to glue this on here actually. Come on. Take it up on there, and I'm literally just going to line that up with that piece there, that with that, just smooth it down, matter if it's different sizes. We're literally just using what scraps we've got, so I need to go down there. Now I'm not going to tell you to do the to's and froms on the back. You can put your own little little sticker on there saying to and from, or you can just do it with something that you want. Trim that up like that. Okay, so we've now got these 3 pieces on here like that, and then what I've done is I have taken some baubles. So these are from the bauble ones, and I can put that in on top like that if I wanted. I think I want to do something a little bit more on there, so I have got let me just get some bits of ribbon and things on here. This ribbon will go quite nicely up in on the top, so let's take this to go in on the top, and then we can see how much we're going to be using for other things. So just take that to there, because I just want to see. Now this, I could put a rivet in it if I wanted to. I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to play with it as it is. But I'm going to stick this in on here, because that's going to give me a little bit of colour, and I don't want it to be overly you know, prettied out. So let's just put this in like this, and that can come up. It's quite stiff ribbon, so it's not going to come up as easily as it might, but I think it should be all right. See if I can just pull that up a little bit. That's better. So we've got that in on there. That can go in like that on there. But I want to have a little bit of something on there. So let's have a look and see what bits of ribbon I've got. I need to just get my ribbon. Wait, sorry, knocking that camera. I'm just getting some bits of ribbon out to just see. Right, excuse me for knocking it. Right, this is my little ribbon pot, and I've got lots of bits and bobs of ribbon in here. So what I'm looking for is something which is a bit sort of just lacy. Now these are tea-dyed ones, which might be quite nice. Little bits of gold, that would work quite well actually, I think. Let's have a little look and put maybe a little bit of gold along the top. That's the end of it, isn't it? So I need to just cut that little bit off. If I put that just up in along here, that's quite nice actually. So I'm going to just put now glue never sticks on unless I put it on with some glue. Now this is, I think this is seal, old snail, so excuse me. So I'm just going to try and take this just along there. I can put that in along the top like that. Take that way, and that way. That's got that on there. Then I'm going to put this one in on here like that. Okay, now I need to do something around the edges here, don't I? So I would, let's use, should we use red? I've probably got quite a bit of red left in here. So let's have a look on here and just see. Yeah, can you see just by doing that, just around the edge, just brings it in. Like that, that's better. Okay, so we'll put this bauble on here like that. I need to do it with a foam pad. Put one of these on. Should do. Because these are literally just using little bits of scrap and stuff that you've got hanging over. So let's put that on there. Okay, that will give us one little tag like that. Quite pretty, quite simple, quite straightforward. Okay, so let's try and get some more bits going on here. So I've got these ones on here, haven't I? So I'm literally just going to very quickly and simply just take some little bits and pieces like that. I quite like the look of that on there. So we'll have this one to go on the top. Bring that up so you can see it a bit better. Let's put this one in on here like that. And then let's have a look and see if we can put this one in on there like that. These are just ones that I had over when I was doing the things before, and they will just work quite nicely, I think. Excuse me. A bit of a tickle today. Let's put that in that way. Let's just take it off. In fact, it would probably look better that way, wouldn't it? To there. Pop that piece in down there. That's why I was saying about, you know, never waste your scraps. Put this right up tight to there, I think, like that. And then I've got this little piece in. Oh, there's another piece like that there, isn't there, with the writing, which will probably look quite nice. Let's put that one there. It's going to have this on. Put this on. And you can use whatever you've got. I mean, I've shown you how to do it with just pieces of pattern paper and things like that you've got over, but for those of you who, like me, enjoy making your own papers and things, it's quite nice to do all sorts with your papers. So let's have a look and see what we've got left. I've got those two pieces there. That's quite a big piece, isn't it? Do I put that on there? Yes, I will actually. And then take that piece off. And I'm going to just take it with some scissors just about there. Okay, so that can go straight in on there. I'm not using much of the other paper, am I? But this was the one that I wanted to use because this is the one that I had left over. and I just wanted to show you different ways of doing it. So let's put this in on here, can go on up the center. This is a stitched rectangle that I had obviously done a while ago and just put it in my scrap pile. So I think I'm probably only going to do 4 for now, and I'll do the other ones later on because otherwise it's going to take up too much time. I don't want it to take up too much time. I quite like that. I might just do this with a bit of, let's take that round here, and you can put, you know, Merry Christmas and stuff like that on there if you want to. I think I'm just going to put different pieces in. I think that might just work quite well just like that. I could have put it up with dimensionals, but I think I'm just going to just put it there like that. Okay, so we've got 3 pieces like that. I haven't really done, oh, that's gone at a slight angle. Is it supposed to be like an angle? No, I think it's supposed to be straight. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look and see. These are the ones that I want to put on. So I've just done that. I think will work quite nicely there. I've got one like that, and I've got one where I might actually just do, opposed to that one, I've got this one, which is a long, thin one. That will work there, wouldn't it? And then I've got some of these, which are small ones. I think I might just put some small ones in like that, maybe. That will work, won't it? Yes. Okay, so I need to, let's move those bits out of the way for now. I've got my ribbon and stuff up there to add bits on there, and I've also got, which I think just adds a bit of something sometimes. You can hear me rustling about. These are my scrap bags. So I have all my scraps go into a bag, and then I have a scrap bag of little golds and silvers and bits like that. So let's have a little look and see what we've got here. I don't want to use very much. I only want to use literally just a few little scrappy bits that I've got. Okay, what about that? That's a bit scrappy, isn't it? Let's just see if I can do, take a little piece out of here. Take a little piece out of there. I quite like that shape of that, with that on there. And then maybe take this one out like that. I quite like that as well, this sort of triangular shape that's just happened. Okay, so we've got this in on here, haven't we? I think that works quite well. I'd quite like to put something like that just in at an angle like that will work. And this is where you just have to trust yourself on your little patterns and pieces that you've got left over and see what they do, because sometimes I think that they work quite well. So this has got to come up. It could come that way. That, I think I'm going to do it that way actually. So I want it to come to the top of there like that, and then it's going to come down to the bottom like that, just in at that sort of angle, and then this is going to come in over the top like that. I think that that will work. Let's put a foam pad in on here. What have I done with them? I got some out, and I'm going to have to get some more out because I can't see where they are. You can probably see where they are. I have so much on my desk at the moment, it's untrue. Right, let's take these ones, and then I should probably lose them in a minute, but let's just put a couple of those in on here. that. Oops. I'll pop that in the centre. Like that. I do actually like that. I think that looks really rather good. That one's like that. That one's, these are going to be 3, aren't they? I do like the pattern on there, but we've got a bit of a piece in on here. So if I put that across there, that'll cover that seam, won't it? So let's just put this piece in. And as I say, you can carry on and carry on and carry on. I quite often will sit in an afternoon and just literally, with bits of little scraps of ribbon and scraps of whatever I've got, I just love turning round, and that's going to come straight over on the seam. I just love, you know, adding little bits and pieces and stuff that I've got. So we need to put foam pads on the back of these ones. You can see I've just put bits of glitter, little pieces of pearls and things on there, little diamantes, just literally any little tiny bits and bobs that I've got. You can see that paper I was cutting things out of. Again, they were just little scrap pieces that I had left over. If I just put these on, it just adds a little bit of height. And that one there, I do need another one at the top of this one. So let's put that on there. And as I say, these are all just ideas for you. There's no rhyme or reason or rights or wrongs or whatever. It's just literally adding little bits and bobs that make nice little tags. If you think about it, at Christmas time, you know, we I'm just going to put these on without even thinking about it. We you know, make so many tags and things, and they go straight in the bin after they've been, you know, the recipient has had their opened their present. So it's the sort of thing, do you really want to spend a huge amount of time doing things when you can just literally just add a few little bits and bobs and it makes it look pretty anyway? So let's have a look at this and see how we're doing. Okay, so those 3, that's one I think is finished. These ones I want to try and do a bit of a rounded corner or something. That's pretty on there. I quite like that shape on there, but I think I'm going to have a different shape this time. Let's try this one and see if I can get that out of it. That's going that way. Let's see if I can get that in. That's going that way. Okay, that's quite pretty. That sort of chopped that edge off of there. And this one, I'm just going to round it. I haven't got my corner rounder, so all I'm going to do is to just literally do that. And it's probably not going to be straight because I'm not very good at doing straight, but just round it like that. It's not too bad. And then I need my crocodile to just put a hole in the center. Like that. Hole in the center of that one. Hole in the center of this one. Like that. And then I just need to put some different ribbon and stuff up in on here. Not sure about that edge. That sort of hasn't done that very well. I need to put a bit of... That's better. That's better. That's just added the bit in on that corner, which is fine. So yeah, now all I need to do is to add some ribbon and stuff. I might do, this ribbon is quite nice. So let's have a bit of that. It's always nice to have a bit of sparkle. Take those off. Doesn't have to be too big. Let's put this one in this way. It's quite fat ribbon though, that's the only trouble with this ribbon. It's not, I could do with a ribbon that's a little bit smaller, but it'll work. It'll work. Add a bit of twinkle to it. Pull that up through here, if I can get it through. So this is a real using whatever you've got left to try and do some really sort of simple little tags that are very different. I'm going to add some ribbon to those, but you can see you don't have to do anything too fancy with it. You can just do it as it is. In fact, I think that's probably my favourite, because I love the gold bit on there balanced with that, and yet it's literally just scrappy bits. Although, as I say, I like the colours behind there. I like this one because of that little piece there, and I like this one because it's got 3 little ornaments on. So anyway, I'm going to leave it like that for now. As always, please stay safe and well, please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.